Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will basically show you how to build a Google authentication login logout system inside Golang. Golang basically it's a new language. It's a very popular language used nowadays. So I will show you how to implement this Google authentication system OAuth2. So I have this logout function. We have the profile picture, ID, email, name. All this profile information of the user will be shown in the profile information route here, right here. So now we have this logout button. So if I click this logout button right here, I will be redirected to the home page. So let me run the file here by using go run main.go. It will compile this and it will start the server on localhost 3000. And basically you will see that you will be redirected to the home page right here, and we have actually this sign in with Google button right here. So this is the actual button. So as I click the button right here, authentication flow will start, and you basically need to here it will tell you that you need to paste your OAuth client ID and client secret. So first of all, in order to build this, you just need to go to Google Cloud Console, and you need to create an account here, free account. Just create a free account right here and just go to APIs and services, and right here we need to go to credentials, and after that we need to click on plus create credentials and click on OAuth client ID. I will just show you this process in detail when we develop this application. So I've already just created one client ID, which is this one. So what I will do is that I will just copy this. If I go to this file, which is main.go file, so you will see you need to paste this client ID, client secret here, client ID, client secret. So let me just do it automatically. I've already copy pasted it. So if I just now refresh this, click on this button, so you will basically see that you need to restart your server every time you make the change, guys. You need to run this go run main.go file. So once ever you make any sort of changes inside your go file. So now if I click this button, you will basically see it will actually tell me the profile information. You will see that. So you will see that. So basically if I refresh the page here, if I go to localhost 3000 once again, that information is saved right here in the session variable. So whenever I try to, let's suppose I close this window and try to open it once again, go to localhost 3000, you will basically see it will show you this profile information. So basically all this information is saved inside the session variable. If you also close this browser and open a new browser window, let's suppose I open new incognito window, just go to localhost 3000, that session will not be saved, because that session will be saved only in that current browser window. So once again you need to go to that authentication flow. You need to just enter your email information, password information, it will ask here. So you just need to do this. So if I open new window right here, if I just type localhost 3000, you will see. So once again it will show you this profile information logout button. So if you just open incognito window where you haven't are logged in inside your Gmail account, then it will ask for the information. But if you are successfully logged in inside in this account, you will see I'm currently logged in inside my Gmail account, so that's why it is not asking me once again. So as I click the logout button now, so if I now try to basically go to the same URL localhost 3000, then it will basically ask for sign in with Google. So we are implementing this logout and login authentication. So I will now show you how to do this process, how to build this from scratch. So all the source code I have given, guys, in the description of the video. You can purchase it from PayPal in United States dollar or Stripe in Indian rupees. So both the payment links are given in the description of the video. So this is basically the final structure of the application, and after you purchase it, you will actually get basically this zip file, compressed zip file you will get. So you just need to extract the content of this zip file. So after you do this, you will basically get the source code. So now let me just start building it from scratch. So we have this templates folder. Let me delete this also, and this is our main.go file. And now I will simply include package main, and then we need to import some dependencies right here, guys. fmt, in order to console log some messages on the screen. Then we have html slash template. So this will be used to actually show the uh, template of the user, which is HTML template. Then we will need the HTTP module. Then we will need the log module. And then we are using these three third-party dependencies, which is used to implement OAuth2 authentication, which is Gorilla slash pat. This is the first package. The second package we are using is github.com slash markbates goth. Goth. This is the actual name of the library. If you see, guys, basically it's an authentication library for Golang. If you just type Golang, this is actually the GitHub repository for implementing various authentication system. It supports all these social media networks: GitHub, Google Plus, Heroku. So all these social media networks are supported. So in this specific video, we are talking about Google, and then we will say GitHub slash from the same package markbates goth slash gothic, then github slash .com slash markbates slash goth, and we have various providers. So in this specific video we are talking about the Google provider, github.com gorilla slash sessions. So it also includes the session library as well, guys, which allows you to save the information in the session whenever you are successfully logged in. And now we will basically create a store variable, and this will be a cookie store where we will store all the user information in a cookie or a session. And here we need to initialize our session, guys, in a init function. So inside Golang, guys, this init function is declared like this in Golang function, like this. This is the way by which if a function is declared. And here we just need to declare a key variable. This can be any value you can give. You can give my secret key, and this is a session secret key that you are giving, and maximum age of the session, how many time you need to save the information. So I need to save this information. Let's suppose this value is in second, so we are basically multiplied it by 30 days. This simply means that we are storing user info in cookie for 30 days. So in each day this much of seconds are there, we are multiplying it by 30, so we are basically declaring it. So after this we will say is production. So if you are developing it for production, make it to true, but we are just inside our development environment, so we will simply say false. So now after that we will basically declare our store, which is sessions dot new cookie store, and here we will actually basically have a byte key. So key variable that we have declared, guys, you will see we are simply using it, and we have declared our store. And now we need to store the maximum age of it, so we will pass the maximum age that we have declared, and the options, which is HTTP only, to true. So we are not using HTTPS, so we are simply using HTTP only. And then store.options.secure, and secure is equal dependent upon the production value. So if you're developing for production, then it will be HTTPS. So if you're not developing for production, then it will be HTTP. And then lastly gothic dot store is equal to the store that we have declared. That's all. So this initialization function, guys, will actually initialize your cookie that we have declared, this cookie store. And now after this we will actually write our main function of our Golang, and inside this we will basically declare use providers. So which provider we are using? So we are basically using the Google provider that we have. So google.new, and here we need to paste our client ID and client secret. So just go to your development console, and whatever, let's suppose in which port number you are having this application. So in this I will try a different port. Let's suppose I start my application on localhost 4000. So what I will do is that I will simply, you need to go to credentials and click on create credentials OAuth client ID. So this option you need to select, and from the drop down we are developing a web application, simply select web application, and in the authorized JavaScript origins you just need to give the URL, which is http localhost 4000. So this will be the port number that we will be using for this application. This will be the home URL, and then the redirect URI, you need to give this URI. You can give any URI, but this is the URI that I will use, which is localhost 4000 slash auth slash google slash callback. This is the URL that we will use, guys, in this tutorial, slash auth slash google slash callback. And now click create, and after that it will give you these two information, which is client ID and client secret. Simply copy this and just create your own client ID, guide. So don't copy my client ID. I will simply delete this after I publish this video. And inside our client secret, so simply paste this also as a second argument. After that, guys, we will actually have our third argument, which is our redirect URI. Same redirect URI we will use 4000 slash auth slash google slash callback. And then the fourth one will be the scopes. So whichever information that you want to access from the Google login, we need to access the email of the user and the profile information. That's all. So this you need to write in a single line. So just do it. Write this. So we are basically providing the redirect URI, and then the scopes. We are requesting the email of the user and the profile information of the user. And just put a comma right here. That's all. So after you declare this, guys, we just need to say p colon is equal to, we will declare a new variable, which is pat dot new, and p dot get, and basically we will say auth slash. So first of all, here, guys, we actually are declaring this p variable. This simply means that we are declaring this to initialize routes inside our Golang application, to initialize routes. So how to do this? We will basically first of all write our get route whenever we open the home page. So p dot get. So whenever we open the home page, what we need to do? We need to say response http. We have included this module. So this contains this response writer and request. This is request here. http dot request. So this basically, it's a simple routing that we are doing right here. This is the session underscore. So all the source code is given, guys. If you have any problem in, you can basically purchase it. So link is given. Store dot, and then we will get this session by its name. So we will say request slash comma, and this is a session name that I will give, which is Google login. You can give any name of your choice. And then we will actually have our, so this is the thing, guys. Let me paste it here. Slightly complicated, this one. So this is the actual thing. If you see, you just need to close this curly bracket. So this also, just let me just write this first of all. Copy. Golang is slightly complicated to write, guys. it's not similar to Python or JavaScript. So what I will do is that I will show you how I did it. So basically this is our get route, guys. You will see we are actually using the get route. We are having the home route, which is slash, and then we have this HTTP response similar to Node.js. Whenever we go to this home route, we have session here, and what I will do is that here we will get the current logged in user in the session. If the session is available in this store, we will use store.get, and this is the name of the session that I will give, which is Google login. We will simply check here if the user is available in the session, then we will actually show the profile. If it is not available, then in that case we will show the session dot values, and this will be user. This needs to become in the double quotes, sorry. So here we will use the OK value. If it's true, then in that case we will simply say template dot parse file. So we will show this template by using this template method, which template dot we will create a templates folder in the root directory. So in those templates we'll use the success.html, t.execute, response.user, we will pass the user right here, and then we will return. If the user is available, in that case we will show the success template. If the user is not available, in that case we will say that the user is not available. In that case we will show the login page. So this template slash index.html. So now we need to create these two files, t.execute, response.nil, like this. So after this we just need to we need to print a statement, print in listening on localhost 4000 I think, log.fatal. These are simply log statements, HTTP, and we can basically listen and serve, and here we can change the port number to, let's suppose, 4000, and start our application. So second parameter is p. That's all. So if you now try to compile your Golang application and also create a templates folder and just create index.html file, this is your hello world. Let me set, and let me try to run this file. Go run main.go. This is the actual command. If you see, it will compile this code. So it is saying that I think I made a mistake here in importing the packages. So what I will simply import, copy this, paste. So what you will see fmt imported and not used. So I will simply delete this. So this is a problem in Golang, guys. You need to use all these modules that you import. You can't. It will ask for the permission. Simply click allow. It will now listening on 4000. If you see, guys, you will see that. So if you basically go to this application localhost 4000, you will see a hello world message. It is saying that run invalid memory address or nil pointer dereference. Sorry guys, I made a mistake right here. We need to declare this p dot thing I forgot to declare. P is equal to ppat.new, p.get function we paste it and change the port number, let's suppose to 4000. Session, let me delete this. So let me rerun this application. I think some typing mistake was there. So it is saying listening on localhost 4000. If I try to, it is returning empty response. Let me see. I think guys, Golang, if you type it, Golang only executes at port number 3000. I think there is some kind of, I think there is some kind of problem. You can't run on different ports. You just need to run on localhost 3000 only. So this is, I think, a thing in Golang. So just change it to 3000 only. So allow the permission and but I'm making a very silly mistake, guys. Here, I don't know which mistake I'm making. So for the sake of this tutorial, I will simply copy this code. You can basically get this source code by purchasing it, guys. So this is the source code, and if I try to run this now, session variable session. So simply allow the permission and what is going localhost 3000. I think I am missing this success.html as well. So simply also create this also success.html. I think I'm referencing this file success.html. That's why it is creating this problem. Paste it. And now you can see. So I was referencing this success.html file, guys. If you see in the main.go file, if you simply check right here, if the session is present, in that case, open this file success.html. In the, that's why it was creating a problem. Now if I change the port number to 4000, if you see, and let's suppose I delete all that and I think and restart the application. Allow this permission and and now you can see that. So we need to click the logout button. So already some things are stored inside this session variable. If you see, so it is saying that. So what we need to paste right here, our client ID and the client secret. So this information that we got, we just need to paste, copy the client ID, copy the client secret. So just paste these information right here and just change it to 4000 redirect URI. And now inside this index.html, guys, there will be a simple login form, basically where the user will click. So we are also using Bulma CSS, which is a very popular CSS framework. Just include the CDN for this CSS part, and this is inside this we are having a div container jumbotron text center text access, and here we are having fa lock, social authentication, so we have a href which will go to /auth/google, and we will have a button btn danger, and we'll have a icon right here, which is, we will give it a fa Google. So it's the icon for Google, and we will simply say right here, sign in with Google. So now we just need to make this request, guys. It will redirect the user to this /auth/google, and now inside our main.go file, we need to write this route. So this route will be this route. If you see p.get, and this will be /auth/. This is a dynamic provider that we are adding. So this needs to go in double quotes. So whatever is the provider, it can be either Google, Facebook, anything. We are talking about Google in this case. So response http.response writer. There is not a comma right here, and request.http.request. And here we will say Gothic dot begin auth handler. This is a function inside this library, response request. So if you just try to run this now, just refresh this application and go to this localhost 4000, and let me just delete this. We are only having this information. Let me delete this. So we are only loading this index.html for now because we haven't saved any user information. So just delete that for a second. And if you start this now, it will allow the permission, and refresh. You will basically see sign in with Google. If you press this now, you will be redirected to your user. You can select your account this is my account coming. You can see coding Shiksha. If I select this account and I just need to grant the access right here, and you will basically see this will be coming right here, which is OAuth client ID. We are passing this. So for this we need to add another request, guys, which will be responsible for handling this. So this is a redirect URI we need to add. So whenever you do this, we also need to add this. So whenever this authentication flow starts, in order to get the access token, we need to write this /auth/ which is the provider, in this case is Google. It will be dynamically passed, and then the callback. This is the same, guys, that we passed right here. If you see /auth/Google/callback, and we are basically writing this request. This request will take care of getting the access token and all that stuff. And let me write this. Just need to import that FMT module. So in this, we are basically completing the user auth. We are getting this information and saving this information inside our session variable, which is Google session, and basically showing the success.html. So if you just refresh now, allow this. Click on sign in with Google, and you will see you will be redirected to show this information, which is this one. And how we are showing this information, if you see, basically we have this. If I make these changes and refresh, I think it will refresh localhost 4000. So nothing will be there. Profile picture, ID, email, login name. We are having this. And now for the profile picture, we have the image tag, and this is present inside avatar URL. This is the actual thing. And for the name, user ID, we are basically saying here user ID. And for the email, we are simply saying email. And for the name, dot name. So we are basically showing this information: avatar URL, user ID, email, name. If you just refresh now, you will see that. So this is your profile picture, ID, email, name, and this is our logout button. So if you see in the logout button, we are basically making this request /logout/Google. So we just need to make this inside our Golang. We need to define a route which will handle the logout process. p.get /logout /provider, which is Google in this case, sorry, that's all. So inside this request, we will actually delete information from session. First of all, so session, if the session information exists, we will first of all get the store.get. We will get this information from the user, store.get request, and the name of the session that we declared, which is Google login. We just need to write this. After that, in order to delete this, we have the delete function. In the delete session values and user, delete this user session, and session again save request response. And then we have this Gothic, and it has a logout button pre-built. We will say response request, and then we will set the header in order to redirect the user to the home page location. That's all. Response.write header, http dot status temporary redirect. We will redirect the user. That's all. We'll redirect the user to the home page. You will see that. So, and now you will see it will also print out this information in the say JSON response. All this information, coding Shiksha ID. This is the profile information, description, all these things. So we are displaying this information in the browser. So if I click logout, I will be redirected back to the home page. So I just want to do, guys, one thing. I just need to make sure that if I stay on the same page, I need to simply detect the user that the user is currently logged in. We need to show this information. So for that, we will add a route here, add a condition inside our, whenever we go to the home page, we need to get the session variable. So this we can add this once again, the earlier code. So this code will actually get the session variable whenever we go to the home page. If the user is currently logged in, we will get the information and basically show the profile of the user by passing this information. If the user is not found, in that case we will show the login page. This is a complete application, guys, and if you will see we also need to include our Palma CSS also, so I will simply paste that also. Just need to restart. Click on logout and now you will see that. You can do this for any account, guys. Let's suppose I have a different account right here. If I go to this localhost 4000 and I need to go to the same process. I will select my account here. You will see that I need to grant permission, and now you can see that. So it will basically show my profile picture now. Name here, you will see that. Email address, you will see that. And logout. If I go to the basically stay on the same page, it will redirect. You can see if I stay on the same page, you can see that it will stay on the same page. It has detected that I am currently logged in. So as I click the logout button now, you will now see if I refresh now, I will be redirected back to the home page. So in this case, guys, we have developed a simple login, logout, OAuth Google system in Golang, and you can do this for any application. It doesn't depend, you will see. So this is the thing, guys, and if you like this tutorial, please hit that like button. All the source code is given. If you have any problem, full directory structure, I have given the source code. You will not face any problem. You just need to replace your client ID, client secret. That's all from Google Developer Console, and this is the zip file that you will get after you make the payment from Google Drive, and all the source code is given. You can purchase it from PayPal in United States dollar or Stripe in Indian rupees. So both the links are given. So thank you very much, guys. Please comment on this video. Please hit that like button, and I will be seeing you in the next video.